Hi guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about 2024. So, first of all, Happy New Year, welcome to 2025. I'm sorry for the lack of videos during both November and December, but mainly in December. I was planning on doing a lot more reviews, but I got sick. I'm still a little bit sick, so just bear with me. I'm trying my best. And yeah, I'm here to talk to you about my favorite films from last year. So I'm probably not going to talk a lot about each film. One, because I'm running out of daylight, and I don't want to just drag on. And most of the films I did a review of, so each one that I have a review, I leave it up here. But actually, we're starting with a film that I haven't reviewed yet. I'm just waiting for it to have like an official release date, and I'm talking about The Surfer. So I watched The Surfer during Motel X, and if you've seen my video about like the films that I've seen during the festival, you already know that I saw this film and how I feel about it, but obviously it's in my 10th spot, so I really liked it. It was really hard for me to pick between this one and some other films. Like, there were so many really good films this year or last year. So yeah, The Surfer is the new Nicolas Cage film. The film isn't out officially yet, only doing like the festival runs, but it's one of those that really gets under your skin, like really gets a reaction out of you. It's about this guy that wants to surf with his son in this beach, but there's some people like really protective of the beach in that side of town. So yeah, it's one of those that, just like Mother, it really pisses you off, and it's one of those that I was really mad at all that was happening. But it is weird, but it has like I would say a satisfying conclusion. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And as soon as it has like an official release date, I will do a proper review of it. In my number 9, it's one that I was excited about, but I know this isn't really my type of film. And comparing it to other films, I feel like in a way, I didn't enjoy this one as much as other films, but this is a pretty damn well-made film. So I'm talking about Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Anya Taylor-Joy is fantastic in this film. The visuals are so impressive, and I watched the first or the one before this one, the Mad Max Fury Road, and I wasn't super into it. So I wasn't expecting to like this one as much as I did, but I was really surprised. I had a lot of fun with it. It's mainly on my top 10 because of the like spectacle that this is. This is really similar to another film that I'm going to talk in a minute. But yeah, this film mainly is just really gorgeous, great performances, and super entertaining. I wouldn't say this is one of those that I would rewatch, but it is a really good film, and I know a lot of people are not really giving it the credit. I don't think this is in most people's list, but I think this is a pretty good film. So yeah. The next 3 films were so hard to put in order because I think I like them just as much. But for the sake of this video, I did it. So in my 8th place is Heretic. Heretic blew me away. Like, I had high expectations, but I wasn't expecting anything that we got in this film. It's funny, it's so captivating, it's smart, it has good horror. So yeah, I really liked how it made me feel, and I have a review on it, so I'll leave it up here. So I'm just gonna move on. In my number 7 spot, I was really torn between this one and the next one, but I ended up putting in my 7th place Abigail. Abigail is one of those that the more I thought of it, the more I watched it, more I liked it. It's really fun. The only downfall of this film really is the marketing. Yeah, we all know what this film is about, but in case you don't, I'm not gonna mention it. But the marketing reveals something that I thought it should be a reveal in the film. So it's not really a reveal. They make it look like it's a reveal, but you already know what's going on. But there's more to it. So that's why it's still a pretty good film. It's funny, it's entertaining, lots of gore, and I watched it twice at the cinema. I loved it. And in my number 6 is another Dan Stevens film. It's Cuckoo. Cuckoo is one of the most original films that I've seen this year. Like, I also had high expectations. Another film that I was only able to watch in the cinema because of Motel X. And I took full advantage of that because they had 2 screenings of the film and I went to both. I think it's such an original film. I think the horror is so good. It's not super gory and doesn't really have a ton of jump scares, but it's so well made and it's weird and has great performances. And I just love that we had the director there and I was able to meet him. And yeah, I talked all about it in my Motel X review / vlog, so I also leave it up here. So 2 Dan Stevens films. I really like him, and just a little spoiler for my most anticipated, there's a Dan Stevens film in there, definitely. Now we're getting to my top 5, and in the 5th place is the one that I was talking about. That is like a grand spectacle. It's amazing visually. Dune Part 2. Again, I don't think this is one of those films that I would rewatch a lot, but it's one of those that it's just beautiful. It's so good on the big screen, and you should definitely watch it on IMAX. I know this is not in the cinemas anymore, but I hope you watched it on IMAX, because like visually this is one of the most stunning films maybe ever. Everything is so beautiful and captivating, and it's amazing how they did it. Obviously, like, the story is really good as well, and the performances. This has like an amazing cast. If the first film had an amazing cast, this one I think is even better. And again, it's one of those that you won't really see me rave about them much, but I can really appreciate it for what it is, and it's a really damn good film. And my top 4 are definitely the films that I loved the most this year, in 2024. It really pains me that this isn't higher, but the first 3 films are just unmatched. So in my 4th place is Strange Darling. If, again, you've seen like my mini vlog that I put up here, so I'll leave it here as well. But I made it for Instagram. One, you know that I'm a huge Kyle Gallner fan, so I was so looking forward to this film. And the fact that this only played in cinemas during Motel X, I went to the midnight screening. I only didn't watch this twice because the other screening was a double feature, and that was too much for me. Also, I think it was playing at the same time as, I think, Cuckoo. So I had to choose between both of them, but I ended up watching it anyway. It was one of the best experiences in the cinema. I went in completely blind. I only knew that these starred Kyle Gallner and Willa Fitzgerald. I knew about the soundtrack. I didn't listen to it prior, but I knew that it was by Z Berg. I knew the director. I mean, I knew everything that I could know without knowing what the film was about. And that's the best way to go into it. Like, just please go watch this one. I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed. I just loved everything about it. The music, the performances, the story, how it is constructed, and the editing. I just think this is a great, great film. But my top three are just the best of the best. So in third place, I have Long Legs. Long Legs, surprisingly, I only watched it once, but it blew me away again. It's one of those that really gets under your skin in the way that it's so unsettling. It's not really a scary film in the way that it has, I mean, it has gore, but there's not a lot of blood and there's not a lot of jump scares either. It's like you just feel like something is not right and you just feel the dread. And I left the cinema feeling kind of weird, kind of icky, but it's such a great film. I really want to rewatch it, but I haven't had the chance yet. But it's one of those that it's so good. And my last two spots are the only films that I gave 5 stars. So my number 2, my second place is Challengers. I can't believe I watched Challengers like in March or something. I just, Luca Guadagnino does films for me. I just love his whole style. I love the score. The story was so good, so captivating. The 3 leads, I just fell in love with them. I think this is probably Zendaya's best performance, no doubt. But yeah, I fell in love with Mike Feist and Josh O'Connor, and I'm obsessed with the score. I even got it on vinyl for Christmas. I completely loved this film. I watched it at cinema twice. I watched it at home again since then. I'm really happy it's getting the award love that it deserves. I really hope it gets nominated for an Oscar, even if just for the score. I have hope that it's going to get more nominations than just score. But yeah, definitely my favorite non-horror film of the year. And now for my number 1, I think this is everyone's favorite film of 2024. And it's going to be such a snub if this film doesn't end up winning the Oscar and multiple Oscars. And I'm talking about The Substance. Everyone loves The Substance. Even if you're not a horror fan, you love The Substance. I mean, The Substance is like a film with, no flaws. It has an amazing music again. Great, great performances. I'm like, Demi Moore has to win the Oscar for Best Actress. Stylization. Oh my God. Gore, the blood. Oh my God. That film is so unpredictable and so wild and fun. And sad at the same time. I also did a review of it, so I'll leave it here if I have any more cards to put here. But yeah, I think The Substance is everyone's favorite film of 2024, and for a reason, because it's a damn good film. And yeah, so guys, these are my favorite films of 2024. I feel really strongly about a lot of them. But yeah, my top 3, top 4, I mean, I love all of them, but again, The Substance and Challengers are definitely the best films of the year. And there's a reason why they are in the talks for Oscars and other awards nominations and ceremonies, and yeah, they're in a talk for all those awards, and I'm really happy. I hope they win multiple awards. And yeah, let me know in the comments your favorite film of 2024 or your top 3 if it's too hard to pick. And I'm sorry for the lack of videos. I'm gonna try my best and do more. I already have some plans, so keep an eye on that. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!